Victor Hedman adding yet another notch to the resume, named the captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Victor Hedman at number 12 on our list.
Yeah, I mean, Victor Hedman has been that defenseman for quite some time now, and seeing him get the captaincy, I mean, it was the only thing that made sense with Steven Stamkos going to Nashville. But Victor Hedman is that defenseman that he may not be the level he once was, but how can you argue what this guy still does? Look what he did. He had 76 points, logs a ton of minutes. He's all situations on that team. And I just find this guy, if you're going to talk about giving me a playoff series and I get to pick a defenseman in the league, I think I still might pick him over everybody. Like, because whatever the situation is, he is very good and adept at kind of he's a chameleon.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, Victor Hedman can do it.
Over the last 8 seasons, Victor Hedman has 499 points. That's the most of any defenseman. Do you think we don't talk about Hedman as much because of some of the up-and-coming superstars that are all offense, the guys like Cale Makar and some of the guys that we've talked about throughout this show, but Victor Hedman can still do a little bit of everything?
Yeah, well, think about each year. Like, this league is so good right now, right? And you look at Erik Karlsson, you go a couple years ago, 100 points for a defenseman, right? That's not supposed to happen. Didn't happen since Bob Orr, right? Then you go Cale Makar, who took this league by storm when he burst in. Roman Josi, we talk about those runs that they go. Like, everybody's taking in the storylines. Victor Hedman just goes about his business. He is a leader. He's a pillar, literally and figuratively, on that team. And he just leads this team to be relevant every single year. So since they drafted him all the way through, I mean, this guy has developed to be an absolute stud. His standard is so high that it's very difficult not to have him in consideration to being one of the top defensemen in the league every single year.
He's getting set to play his 16th NHL season, all of those down in Tampa. We saw the bounce back after having just 49 points 2 years ago in 76 games, comes back with 76 points in 78 games last year. What are your expectations for the new captain on the blue line this year?
It's going to be interesting what's going to happen there, right? Like, I know that Ryan McDonagh comes back. Like, how does he fit in there? Like, is it seamless to what it was before? I mean, a little bit of time has passed here, but Mikhail Sergachev's not there. And I thought that kind of provided some padding because Sergachev can take on some minutes, can take on some offensive responsibilities. I'm very intrigued to see what this D-core looks like. Does Victor Hedman, he's played a lot of time in this league, a lot of wearing, and he hits hard, he plays a hard game. Like, can he get some relief? Does it all have to be square on his shoulders? I think he can handle it, don't get me wrong. But I think the best suiting responsibility for this team is to make sure they got a surrounding group that can support him.
I know we've talked about smooth in some of these countdowns. At 6'7", is there a smoother big man in the NHL than this guy?
No,
with what he does?
He's so smooth. He's got that reach, lateral movement with a big hit. Like, that's one of the things too. Victor Hedman he hits. He's nasty. I played against Victor Hedman when he came in as a rookie. I'm like, who's this kid think he is? You know what I mean? You're like, he'll sit there, he'll let a little elbow get up on you. He'll give you a whack. And that's something where you don't see it a ton now because he's one of the best defensemen in the league. He doesn't need to partake in that part of the game. But don't be mistaken when you're on the ice. Like, if your head's down 77, the big man's going to take care of you.
All right, the big man, the big Swede coming in at number 12, Victor Hedman.